Manchester United are not in Premier League action this weekend, but there is still work going on behind the scenes at Old Trafford amid questions over the futures of Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford. Manchester United have a rare weekend off this week with the international break in full swing. But it's arguably come at the wrong time for the Red Devils, who are showing slight glimpses of recovery under Ruben Amorim. United have won back-to-back games for the first time since January. They reached the Europa League quarterfinals by beating Real Sociedad and followed that up with a comprehensive win against Leicester. It leaves Amorim's side sitting 13th in the Premier League ahead of the final portion of the season. And in the meantime, club chiefs are attempting to come to some decisions over the futures of a host of stars. Take a look at the latest news from the red side of Manchester. Jadon Sancho could be back at Man United after he was told he could potentially be a perfect fit for Ruben Amorim's system. Jadon would have to play as a left-sided no. 10. I couldn't see him play as a wing-back. Can he play there? Yeah, absolutely. I think he could play for Ruben Amorim in his system. It might actually suit him more, in terms of freeing him up. He wouldn't be hugging the touchline as much. He would in middle of the pitch more and would have more options when he gets the ball. Sancho is currently in the middle of a loan deal with Chelsea, the Blues having an obligation to buy him permanently. But it is suggested that they also have an option to cancel that agreement. Man United icon Brian Robson believes Amorim has a bigger task as manager as Sir Alex Ferguson did nearly 40 years ago. He said, I think it's a lot tougher for Amorim because of the competition. Man United was massive back in the day and people weren't talking as much about clubs like Liverpool and Arsenal, but now there are a lot of massive clubs with big owners. You've got a lot more competition now than Fergie had back in the day. Ferguson took over a United side who were also struggling at the wrong end of the table but eventually turned the tide to win 13 Premier League titles. Robson has also urged Marcus Rashford to reconsider his future amid claims that he could make a permanent move to loan side Aston Villa. Marcus has unbelievable talent and should be doing better for Manchester United, he said. He shouldn't even be moving on to Aston Villa, he should be giving his best for Man United. Whether he comes back is the manager's and Marcus's decision, but for me, he's got the talent, and you've got to get the best out of him. And Marcus has got to get the best out of himself, and he should be a Man United player next year. Please. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, thank you. Last summer, Paris Saint-Germain expressed interest in signing Atalanta forward Ademola Lokman, but a deal never came through. However, recent reports indicate PSG is still eager to land the Nigerian forward. According to Matteo Moretto and Fabrizio Romano via Viva El Football, PSG's interest remains strong as Lokman considers his options ahead of the summer transfer window. Juventus is also in the race, adding more competition for his signature. Give Me Sport reports that Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle United, and Tottenham Hotspur have been keeping tabs on the 27-year-old, with scouts from each club recently watching him play. Additionally, Team Talk has reported that West Ham United is among several Premier League clubs also interested in Lokman. With multiple teams in the mix, Atalanta is reportedly asking for over £60 million for the forward. Tutto Talanda reports that Lokman is Liverpool's top target to replace Mo Salah this summer, should the Egyptian depart on a free transfer. Reports out of Italy suggest that PSG are eyeing a new forward this summer, with Tutta Mercatale revealing that the club plans to make an offer for Lokman. This would be PSG's second attempt to sign him, as he was a target last summer. However, they will face strong competition from both Arsenal and Newcastle. Ronald Koeman has highlighted how the Netherlands plan to stop Lamine Yamal in their UEFA Nations League battle with Spain. The two sides face off in Valencia with the winners heading into the June final series as Spain battle to retain their title from 2023. Mikel Merino's late goal off the bench sealed a 2-2 draw for Luis de la Fuente in Rotterdam, and the stakes are high at the Estadio Mestalla. Lamine Yamal had a quiet night at the Coupe, with a hand in Pedri's assist for Nico Williams' opening goal, but his starting spot is unchallenged. De La Fuente has hinted at starting Ferran Torres as a replacement for Alvaro Morata in between Lamine Yamal and Williams. Koeman opened up on his time at Valencia and Barcelona in a broad pre-match press conference, alongside praise for Pedri's development into one of the world's top central midfielders. However, the Dutch boss naturally faced questions on the plan to ensure Lamine Yamal is kept quiet again, with last week's left-back Joel Hado suspended after a red card. I don't like to talk about individual players. I think we controlled Lamine Yamal well in the first game, but you can never completely cover a player of that talent, as per quotes from Mundo Deportivo. It's not just a question of who plays at full back. The other players have to help too. Stopping a player like that is impossible. At any moment he can open the game up. Because of his quality with the ball, the natural option to replace Hato appeared to be Arsenal's Jurriën Timber, but he has withdrawn from Koeman's squad due to illness and returned North London. Aston Villa defender Ian Motson has been called up as a replacement and he could make his senior debut due to a lack of other options for Koeman. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.